Hello again. To say that the frame you're about to see was bizarre would be something of an understatement. It happened in the first round of the 1993 Dubai Classic and involved yours truly. My opponent was Nick Fruin, who trailed me 2-0 at the time. What you're about to see could be described as one of snooker's greatest injustices. Take a look and see what you think.
.42 the difference, and Thorne, good shot there. He took the opportunity to develop the two reds that are on the side cushion. Of course, that's to his advantage in that it makes a winning clearance much easier to compile.
Well, Nick hasn't quite hit that ball hard enough. That red on into the right-hand center.
One.
Well, this black is on, but Willie just a little short of position on it. But the white had to travel an awful long ways, so it was difficult to judge the pace.
One, Willie Thorne.
41 the difference, 51 on the table, so still ample points for Thorne to get back into this third frame.
Well, as we see it, the real problem ball for Willie, apart from the fact that he might well be snookered here on all three reds, is the red on the left-hand side of your picture. That's the one that's really not in a potable position. So it looks as though Willie's going to take his chance early and try and dislodge it.
Well, Jim, they're all out in the open now. Black over the pocket. And the other five colours in inviting positions. And one has to think that if Fruin makes a mistake, Thorne's got a good opportunity to clear up.
And obviously, with the black hanging over the pocket and the reds in the proximity of the pocket, one always has to be very careful that the black isn't knocked in off a red.
Well, he took that red on and a long way out.
One.
42 the difference, 43 on the table, so Fruin still requires a colour to make Thorne need snookers.
One, Nick Fruin.
Well, he didn't succeed in either department there, of course, trying to play the snooker and also put the brown safe at the same time.
Well, just one more red. And Nick Fruin will probably see his first frame of the day get chalked up. But the first one's always the toughest one to win, as is the last. Oh, that's a great double from Willie. Looks as though the black is on.
Just needs to get past the pink. I think he's done it.
8. Nine.
Well, that pink means that Thorne can only tie with the colours.
17.
I'm not sure whether the scoreboard out in the arena is reading the same as ours.
20.
I think the problem occurred at the end of Fruin's break. On our score chart, Nick Fruin made a 38, but referee Len Ganley called 37.
$35. 42 on the frame.
Well, it's 42 in the frame, even though our score, so that it's 59 also. Willie Thorne takes a 3-0 lead. What a good clearance. 42 to the black.
Well, I thought I'd won the frame by a point, but a scoring error had occurred. It was accepted after some deliberation that a respotted black would decide the outcome of the frame.
Well, almost 10 minutes after Willie Thorne potted the black for what he thought was frame-winning clearance, it's now a respotted black.
And Willie Thorne, having won the flip, puts Nick Fruin in. So it's first chance to the man who thought he had a 3-0 lead anyway.
Well, if natural justice had applied there, Willie Thorne should have potted that. I can't think of a more unfortunate incident than that. Not Thorne's fault, of course, that he was under the misguided impression he'd won the frame. It was an official error. Oh, and that compounds the problem. What an amazing fluke from Nick Fruin, and what an amazing frame. Willie Thorne 2, Nick Fruin 1.
Well, a quite extraordinary frame, and thanks to the Sky commentators who pointed out the scorer's mistake, I was unhappy to say the least. But I did go on to win the match 5-2. Well, 2 weeks ago we showed you the ivory tusk and how the billiard balls were made. Up until the 1920s, the snooker balls were also made of ivory. And through the passage of time, the resin sinks into the balls, and believe it or not, this is the black. A set of snooker balls today would cost you somewhere in the region of £100. If you could get your hands on a set of ivory balls, they would fetch in the region of £500. Well, next week, some superb action from the final of the 1995 British Open. John Higgins versus Ronnie O'Sullivan, and the Scotsman is flying. Join us again next week. Goodbye.